Hey everybody. I have had a nice day today, y'all. I'm still working on them. I still gotta get some of this smooth, but I'm trying to get the coloring right first. They are a little bit darker than they were before, so we've been out today. My mother called me to come over. She cooked spaghetti. And my cousins have been here for a while, so I hadn't seen my cousin because when she first came, she had to go to the hospital. So I've seen her children, but I hadn't seen her. And, make a long story short, I saw them at the gender reveal. I think that was the last time I did or tried to do a video, and it didn't do right. So I'm using my tablet now to see if the tablet sounds better and looks better than the other. But I went to a gender reveal party and I saw her children, and my mother told them that I did these babies, that I was learning how to do these babies, because I'm not doing these babies like, perfect. I'm still learning colorations and working with the silicone. But this is, like I keep telling everybody, this is a hobby for me. It's not a something I'm trying to do right now that I'm trying to make money off of. But hey, if I get good enough, I will. A lot of the artists, sculptors and all, they don't put a lot of information out there. It's kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep searching. I did find one DVD on sculpting, even though it's sculpting for doing the vinyl, I believe. I should be able to use it either way, because it's actually the forming of the body that I'm having problems with that too. But anyway, I went over to my mom's house to give them, the lowdown. Let them see the babies, and cause I promised them I'd let them see them. So it's been, a week or two or something, and I just went on and took the babies. So this was the first outing. I just actually cleaned them up and changing their clothes. But if these were real babies, honey, they had fun today. My little cousin, they got them and they were like, "Oh wow!" And everybody was like, "Wow, they feel heavy. Oh, look how they move." And they were like, "Oh my." This, and they were doing like this and feeling the weight and seeing how they flop and how they move and how fluent they are. They were asking me, how did I do this, and how did I happen to get the babies done? And I, explained to them what process I had done and what I wished I, had known and what I could have changed. And we were just having a good old time, catching up from years, because I hadn't seen that particular cousin in years. And, I got to visit, and then I got to actually help today. I didn't expect to have to help, but I ended up helping today. And, which was very nice for me. I enjoyed it today. And we were talking about the babies being therapeutic, or, some people just like them because they like the art form. I like it because for me it's therapeutic, because it gives me something to do after work, for as far as a hobby. And I'm kind of like, I like to be challenged, so the learning process has been, good for me. I have just enjoyed it. Well, I didn't realize that the babies were actually being therapeutic for more than me today. Till I really started looking at my little cousin. She had her smirks, and she was feeding the baby, and she was changing the baby, and she changed her clothes. They came in. I had them in another little suit that I had put them on, and they were little sleep and play type thing. And she was like, "Oh, and she said, "Oh, his clothes in his bag." And she went to change, and she's about 17. And they had been through a lot, so they were a little um shocked and surprised at how things were going. And they kept getting the babies, and I was paying attention, but you know how you don't pay attention, and I didn't realize how they were enjoying the babies. And then she started telling something about, "Oh, you didn't burp him," or something she was saying. "Look at you, you're making him drool all over his clothes. Now I gotta change him." We were laughing, but every time I saw her get the baby, she pick him up, and one of them, and she pat him, and she was doing all that, and then because when I first got there, she wasn't smiling, but then she started smiling. Well, then another incident happened with my cousin. One of my other cousins called, and they were questioning her. She was about almost in tears, and so I found out what the deal was. So I got to be a blessing today, and I took care of the little minor problem. It was actually a minor problem, wasn't nothing big, But when somebody's had problems and they come in to the only other family they know, from one state to another, they are not wanting to be questioned about everything. Sometimes people just need to learn, that they need to breathe and take a moment. You come up here, and less than a week later, your mama's in the hospital, and you've got to deal with certain things, and nobody's really wanting to hear all that unnecessary stuff. So after a little problem, I noticed she picked up the babies again. And she sat and she held them. And she threw one on her shoulder. She had both of them in her lap. Then the other cousin, he got one. My other cousin like, "Oh, girl, if I did that, they would be looking like a scarecrow or something. They wouldn't even look that good." And I said, "Well, this is actually the second mold I've done. These are actually smaller. And then the first ones I've got to go all the way back over them because they look like little alien babies. These look, kind of funny too, but, those were like terrible, and, so I had to, explain explain how I, got the mold, and how I made the sculpt, and how I conformed the mold, and what it, material it actually was, how I put the drinking wet system in. And all this time that cousin has got these babies, she picks them up, she goes outside, she, brother's following her. "Oh, look at you there. You made his clothes wet. You didn't have him this way." And everything was just getting kind of funny and cute. But I was glad that, they could relax somebody else. Because, like I said, I come home sometimes and I pick up one and I just sit with it. Change your clothes or sit with it. I go to the store, and Lord have mercy, I buy more clothes for these things at the thrift store than I need to be buying, But it's fun. It relaxes me. I don't like to shop, but if I'm going in for a reason or just looking for something, I find things, and then I found other things at the thrift store that I like. So it ain't always about me going to the thrift store for these dolls, because it's not. Sometimes I don't even be going for that. I just be going to see and just happen to see something I like. A lot of times I just like to go, you know. And I do, but I was just shocked at how, you know, this whole thing was, it was relaxing for somebody else. You know, that was the fun thing about it. It was relaxing for somebody else. And these dolls are, you know, most people don't want to admit it, but they really are therapeutic. People need to understand they really are therapeutic. They feel and fall, if you got them right, like a baby. And they are, you know, comfortable. And they become a centerpiece to talk about sometimes. You know, people are accepting of them. They become like a centerpiece. And this is how I had them in my little carrier. And when she took them out, she was just, they were odd and oohing. Oh, and she's got her ears pierced. And every time, it was funny, every time they found out something different, you know, they were like, I don't know, just kind of shocked, you know, kind of like, oh my, you know. And, you know, I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed my day today. And, you know, really, my talk is about just the babies being therapeutic. They really keep people calm, you know, when you getting your feelings hurt. I mean, the cousin, it was comforting for her. And, I mean, it's comforting for me. I mean, I don't sit up and constantly hold them, but like if I had a hard day at work and I pick one up and just kind of, you know, just hold them. I tap on them a little bit, maybe 5-10 minutes or something, and then I'm comfortable again, and I, you know, go lay down and I'm chilled and, you know, I'm good. But these babies have been just extra fun for me. It's extra fun. And I mean, the whole drinking and the whole thing for, you know, somebody else to enjoy the baby, it's like really, you know, fun. I enjoy the fact that they enjoyed it. You know, I don't know if I like these passies. I have to do a lot to get them in the mouth, but they work. I just, and I'm not through. I'm not even through with these babies, y'all. I see things, I have a hard time with the matting, but I see things that, you know, maybe it's not showing up on the camera. You know, I don't know what's showing. I can't see. I can see it, but, you know, I can't tell. But we know these babies aren't real. I mean, you know that. And at least I hope people know that. You know, some people may not see it that way. But I hope that people know that, you know, and it's just fun. It's enjoying. It's I'm creating. Creation is wonderful for me. I go shopping for certain things. Like I needed a kind of a dust ruffle to match this here. You know, this thing, because this particular one I got at the thrift store didn't have one, so I ended up getting one. It's larger than this, and it has the same pattern of polka dots. It's a little bit larger, so it works out fine. And actually, it matches a couple of other ones that I have. So And then I have a white one with some blue trim, and that'll match some of the others that I have. Eventually, when I get this room straight, I'll show the whole nursery. And maybe by that time, I can get to a certain amount of subscribers. And when I get there, then it'll let me use this, go live on this. But right now I don't have enough subscribers for it. YouTube keeps making all these different changes. I think I can do it on my phone because it has Android, but I can't do it on this tablet, so I have to put the video on and then upload it later. I should have took pictures of them enjoying the babies. That was just nice, and I was glad that I could help them today. We need to really be more open to assisting people when they need it. I think we forget that we need to, be helpful sometimes. We really need to help people out and do things for them when they need it. Sometimes that could be the difference between somebody becoming homeless, somebody becoming depressed, or just feel like they are in a hole. Sometimes when people act out a lot, we be assuming they crazy, but sometimes people get to where they just don't feel right. And I think we should uphold and uplift people and have fun and laugh. And I laughed so much today. We reminisced about things we did as kids. We were telling her kids stuff and they were laughing, and it was just fun, and we kept laughing at my little cousin about these babies. She was carrying them around like they were for real babies. She just kept holding, and she kept cuddling and holding and hugging and cuddling and feed. If she gave the baby one bottle, she gave them two. I had these little bitty small bottles, and I have this little formula. Of course, when I came home, I rinsed them out with water 2 or 3 times to make sure that it came out clear, because and I'm probably gonna start doing more of an alcohol water rinse or something through the system. But I am just learning. I am just having fun. I really have experienced why people like these babies so much. It's not because we're crazy. It's fun. It's, if you like a doll, it's fun. If you don't like dolls, it ain't fun. It's just kind of like, people collecting cars. I don't like cars like that. I like the car to drive. I like sometimes I like to drive a stick and that kind of thing. But I don't like cars like that. Like I need 10 cars I don't like guns like that. I don't need 15 guns in my house. I'm not a knife collector. I'm not a jewelry collector. I collect books now. I like books and, things like that. But I am just not, into what everybody else is into, and that's fine. And they're not into everything that I'm into, and that's fine. We as people need to be different. We need to enjoy our lives the way we want to enjoy our lives. And it shouldn't be that everybody's got to, look at the little bunnies. It shouldn't be that everybody likes to get into everybody's business to where they don't allow other person to be themselves. And it's kind of funny how society does that, but that's what we do. We do that. I don't know why. When they kept messing with my cousin saying, "Oh, look at her, she bald, something wrong with her," I said, "Y'all could leave my girl alone." And we would laugh about it, but we were having fun with that. It was just, it became like a conversation piece. And I mean, they're like, how did you create that? How did this happen? Even though they've known about dolls and things like that, to see it firsthand, the and all this. And I was telling her how maybe with my next one, I may try to create a different type of system. I'm gonna try to create armatures for the babies that won't mess with the rest, because the armatures in this extra soft, if you put them in the wrong spot, they will stick right through. So, and I've learned that the hard way. So, I'm thinking about, creating a system that when you put it in there, even though it's armatures, that there's I don't know how to explain it. It's all in my head. I'll figure it out. But to where the wire won't poke out, so I'm gonna figure that out. And maybe even as far as if I can get it as far as in this part up to this part of the hand, and go all the way through, more like a bone structure maybe. I'm trying to figure that out, because that's gonna be hard to do, because then you'll have I'll have to do 2 or 3 stages of pour or something similar like that. And it's kind of hard to explain what's on my mind, because I can't explain it. Maybe one day I will show you. I don't know. It just depends on how good I get or how many subscribers I end up with, and what I can offer. Other than that, right now it's all chatting. But if I get to the point to where I've got to offer more, then I will. This may become so fun that if it got to the point to where this was all that I did, that would be cool. If I got that much money, that would be fine. I'm not trying to purposely go out to monetize anything. I don't think I'm, that equipped with anything. But if it worked out that way, and some of you want me to chat about certain things, or if y'all want to maybe ask me certain things, y'all can leave a comment, and maybe I'll answer it in the next video, since it's really not that many of y'all out there. I can change some things around. I don't mind. I wished I could go live on this tablet, because it looks like the tablet does a better recording than the phone or the computer. The computer, when I did it, everybody kept saying they couldn't hear me on the video, that it was choppy. And I took one of those down, and then I tried to use a microphone with it. It did a little bit better, but you could still hear me go in and out. So I'm trying to find an avenue where it's clear and you can see and you can hear me. And once I get to that point, and then I can do that. But with the tablet, you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to go live from this particular one, because they've updated something, and I don't know if there's a way around it. If anybody knows if there's a way around it, if I have to download certain software just to get it to where it works, or if I need to click on something simple inside the tablet to make it do that, and let me know. Oh yeah, this blanket, y'all. Oh, you see that? It's double-sided. A lady on my job, I'm not gonna call her name, unless she tell me she wants me to. She actually made these for my other 3. I actually have 3 blankets from her, and they all have 2 different sizes. I have 2 boy blankets, this is safari animals. There's a giraffe, a lion, tiger, alligator, zebra, and I think elephant. Yeah, on this one. And then you have the little somewhat giraffe print on this side. And the reason I put it on here is because it kind of matches this. You know, this has zebras, not zebras, giraffes, elephants, lions, monkeys, and stuff. So it kind of matched this, and I liked it together. I don't know why. I have this thing about the animals. I like animals, and it kind of matched everything. So I put it on there, to match. I also have like the safari animals and the little sides here. There's an elephant here. There's a lion on the other end. So, you know, it matched what I was doing. So I just kind of enjoy this whole setup that I'm doing as far as playing with this. I mean, my kids are all grown. I don't have any more kids. I have grandbabies. You know, they're in Hawaii, and you know, so I'm enjoying this. I'll probably reach up and grab one of these again when I get off the thing, but I'm gonna end this because it's been long. It's a long chat. I know most of you not gonna listen to the whole thing anyway, but if y'all have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see if I can come in or talk about certain things. I can't really, at this point, I'm not capable of showing you how I did this because every step that I've done is already over. I'm not really good at, you know, painting and doing that, so I can't really show you that. Maybe the next mold I do, or the sculpt I do, maybe next time I may show stages of it and let y'all see how or where I went. You know, like the ears on this one, I think the ears are a little bigger than I wanted them to be, but they're fine. And you know, for me, maybe too much for somebody else right now, because I mean, I was just doing something. It's not, you know, I wanted it to come out decent, but I basically was just doing something. You can see the little ridges in the hand. They do wrinkle a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably not. If I had showed you the back really wrinkles real well. It's not a lot. It's real subtle. It's just, you know, it's good. You know, like I could have shaped the ears maybe here a little bit different, you know, so it wouldn't, you know, maybe it looked further in here to where this was out a little more, you know, the lobe, doing something a little different here on the lobe. But as far as an ear, for me, that's fine. I can stick my finger all the way in his ear. See? So, no, I don't know if you can see that. So it's almost like, see how far my finger can go in there? So they're actually, I did do an actual hole in their ears, in their nose. I can actually get my finger in their nose if I want to. Their mouth as well. I mean, it's, you know, if I could do this, drop the jaw. I can see the roof of the mouth, base of the tongue and all. I did do a tongue. I didn't do a uvula, but I did do a tongue. If I can get to that point to where everything, you know, does good that way, that'll be good. When I do things like that, I have a tendency to see how sturdy the silicone is. And people keep saying that the silicone is going to be a problem. Not really. Not really. I don't see it as being a major problem. You know, I may see, like, right here, I did this a little wrong, so I have to go back in. It appears to be a rip, but it's not a rip. It's just the way I did the lip when I cut the mouth. So what I would do is go in here and just trim down, you know. So when I see things like that, I fix it, and then it keeps me on task of what to do with the next mold, or the next sculpt. So, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do a different type of mold this next time around. Instead of me doing a brush on mold like I was doing, I'm thinking I'm gonna do a laid out mold, because instead of doing a cast, even though it's cheaper to do it the other way, I have more control doing it the way I'm thinking, because I have arthritis in my hands. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I do. I have arthritis in my hand. Well, I actually have arthritis all over. So I've learned how to curve the pain. Uh I actually take a lot of fish oil. And the fish oil that I take is a large amount of fish oil, but I don't ache as much. Every once in a while I ache, like if it's gonna rain or some kind of strange weather, but right now it's gonna be hot. I'm probably not gonna be in no kind of pain all summer. I never hardly in pain in the summertime. I'm in pain in the winter. So if you can see, my hands is kind of really swollen looking, and see how I can do, and it looks kind of awkward. That's signs of arthritis, you know. I've had it since I was early 30s. You know, I'm 50, early 50s now. So I've come accustomed to it, but when I'm trying to do these babies, I have a heavy hand. Sometimes, even though I can feel things, it's not as strong of a feeling as when 20 years ago. It kind of, I have not tingling in my fingers, it just feels numb to me sometimes. And that's more that inflammation throughout my body. It's feeling, weird. Like right now I'm feeling this, but it doesn't feel, you know, normal to me. For me, my normal. So, you know, shout out to people with arthritis and them inflammation type deals. That stuff hurts, and I understand that. I just personally OD on fish oil, and I don't mean OD like drug OD, but I do take a lot more fish oil than the average person would take. I think the recommended amount for fish oil would be around 1,000 IU's, but I may take 10 in a day, maybe. And if it's real bad, I may take 20, and then I go back to my 10, and I might go to 5, and then I go back up to my 10. It just depends on how I'm feeling, what I feel like. But that's why I'm gonna have to do a different type of mold, because I will never get the babies detailing out, because I've missed a lot of detailing on this. I noticed that when I did this mold that I lost the nail beds, I lost the wrinkles, increases on the inside of the hand, the true I guess the true form of the hand that I had is not here. Even though I did lose a couple of the fingers at one point because of the air pockets that I was creating, in which I've learned how to get rid of those. And I don't have a decompression chamber, so I can't do that. But then I've thought about possibly doing it in this other way. That way I can see what I'm doing, and I can see what's going on, and I can, have more hands on, and I can fool with it till it dries and that kind of thing. Or not dries, but sets. But, more power to you. But with that said, I'm getting off. I'm going to lay down. I've had a long day. I'm really, relaxing, and they're warm now, because right before I brought them in and changed their clothes, I had just gave them a bath. I like these little giraffes on the feet, and she's got little strawberries. I think these are cute. This is a Carter's, I think. And this one, I think, is a child of mine. He has a little giraffe on his, and she has the little strawberry on hers. But they, you know, in little bows and stuff. I thought these were kind of cute today. So, with that said, oh, I pierced her ears, y'all. I did pierce her ears. But with that said, I'm gonna skedaddle. And we'll talk to you guys at a later date. I don't know when. I'm trying to get a little more frequent with these things, but if y'all know how to make this go live on the tablet, somebody knows how to get it to go live when you don't have 1,000 subscribers, let me know. All right, with that, subscribe, comment, have fun, enjoy. Bye bye.